We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody, this is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show, and today we're going to talk about how to do a raw food cleanse. And before we get into this, I just did a video a couple weeks ago that actually became very popular and went viral and had like 40,000 views in a very short amount of time, called Why Cooked Food is Better Than Raw Food. And I gave many reasons why. For example, I went on a 100% raw food diet overnight. I've been on a 100% raw food diet for 15 years, and what I had to go through to get to where I am today, I would not wish upon anybody. Your life as you know it now just gets completely obliterated. Your family, your friends, I mean, vegetarians have a difficult enough time going out to being social and going out. I mean, it's absolute chaos. And on top of that, we talk about going through detox, and when you start to get all this crazy gas and you don't understand what's happening, you're hungry and people go back and forth and there's emotional issues, and it's pretty crazy. And it took 7 years to kind of get into balance for myself personally. Okay, and then after that I actually did a video called The Serious Dangers of a Raw Food Diet, which also was actually very popular. And what I talked about in this video was, I said, although I recommend to 98% of the people I meet to do a whole foods diet, void of all processed foods, and this is extremely healthy, and this is all you need to do for the rest of your life to hopefully, God willing, be degenerative disease-free, pharmaceutical drug-free, walker and cane-free. This is like what I recommend. Just eat whole foods and try not to eat processed foods. That's like the key. But in this video, I talked about we don't want to forsake raw foods. In my opinion, in a healthy diet, it's key to eat as many salads as possible. Salads are like a ticket to health. It almost like acts as a bulletproof vest with stuff that, you know, is not ideal to eat. Just salad, 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 as much salad as you possibly can. If you're going to have a baked potato or animal protein or something like that, have a salad with it. These are all whole foods. So, finally, what I discussed in that video was because a lot of people don't understand what a whole foods diet is, and I gave a link, and I told everybody if you could just eat what's on this diet and nothing else, then you did it. Congratulations. You're probably going to end up, God willing, degenerative disease-free, pharmaceutical drug-free, and all this that we're talking about. And this diet can be found at the link below. And just real quickly, there's so many diets out there today, and you know, all the creators of these diets, they claim to get results. And to be honest with you, actually, a lot of the time, I've seen people do these diets and heal from disease and lose weight and things like this. And there's one common denominator on why all these diets work. It's because they eliminate certain foods from these diets completely without any exception whatsoever. And this is why it succeeds. It's more important what you don't eat than what you actually eat. I mean, you can eat raw foods until you're blue in the face, but if you're going to McDonald's 3 times a day, guess what? It's not going to do that much. It's more important what you don't eat than what you actually eat. And you know what the silly thing about it all is? All those diets out there that actually work, such as the macrobiotic diet, the South Beach diet, the Maker's diets, and all these diets we're talking about, the crazy thing about it all these diets that actually work and help people, they all eliminate the same exact foods. It's not rocket science here. And what we're trying to do is eliminate processed foods. And I've studied all these diets, and at that link below, this is all the foods that are available that you can possibly eat. I grabbed everything from all these diets that are whole foods, void of all processed foods. Okay, so to sum it up before we get into how to do a raw food cleanse, you know, it's not easy being a 100% raw food eater, and it's unnecessary. But we don't want to forsake raw foods, and if possible, we want to eat whole foods as much as possible. And on top of all these things, it is really also good to do cleanses, raw food cleanses. So you're on a whole foods diet, or you want to go on a whole foods diet, and you're on the standard American diet, you can do a raw food cleanse to kind of like get yourself ready for this. So, real quickly, let's talk about what cleansing is. And I've said in many situations, like for example, you've seen movies where there's a heroin addict and they're forced to abstain from their drug and they go through crazy withdrawals and they're screaming and they're kicking and they're going absolutely crazy. It's because they've eliminated the substance from their intake and they go through withdrawals. And it's the same thing as if with coffee. If someone's been drinking coffee for decades and they stop drinking coffee, they get the shakes, they get headaches, they want their fix, it's kind of intense. They're going through withdrawals. And withdrawals is the same thing as detox. It's what detoxification is. And it works with food, substances, or whatever. Whenever you eliminate something from your intake, you're going to go through detox, withdrawals. Like if someone drinks soda all the time, it's like liquid sugar. You eliminate that from your diet, you're going to go through withdrawals and get headaches. This is what's going on. So the more you eliminate from your diet, the more you're going to go through withdrawals and cleanse. For example, if someone smokes cigarettes, drinks coffee, and smokes marijuana, and they only eliminate coffee, they're going to go through less withdrawals than if they eliminated all three of those things. So, and for example, the more you eliminate, the more you're going to cleanse. And the most cleansing thing that anybody can do is a water fast. Because you're eliminating everything from your diet except for water, and you're just going to be lying there in bed as you cleanse and detox like crazy. So a raw food cleanse, when you eliminate everything but raw foods from your diet, it's practically just water. It's known that all raw food is practically 90% water. It's almost doing like, it's why it's called the detox diet. And, you know, it's intense to do something like this for the rest of your life. So it's fun to do, like, cleanses. And you could do it for 3 days, 1 week. But if you want to do a really good cleanse, I recommend doing it for 2 weeks or even more. So, how do you do a raw food cleanse? It's 2 easy steps. And we're going to go into details of what to eat in a little bit. But the first step is pretty much just eat raw food. That's it. For 2 weeks or more, 3 weeks, you're going to go through detox and withdrawals and you're cleansing. The second thing that is ideal to do while you're doing a cleanse, it's the most powerful healing tool in the world, is cleansing the colon with water via enemas and or colonics. I know. You're like, that sucks. A lot of people, this sounds crazy. But this is the absolute key to having the ultimate cleanse, is to cleanse your colon with water every day during this process. It is so key, you have no idea. Colon cleansing with a raw food diet is a beauty secret. In fact, all the celebrities know about this. This is what they do. They do this like 2-3 times a year. They either just drink juice or just eat raw food, and they colon cleanse. Usually they go to a facility to do this, or they do it in their own home. It doesn't matter. I work with a lot of celebrities, and this is what's happening. And so what they do is they just colon cleanse, and it's the ultimate beauty secret. This is what they do. And it's like, without the colon cleansing, on a raw, you do the raw food diet, you're not going to feel well, whatever, you're not going to get too deep. But when you start to cleanse the colon with water, this is when you're able, where that bloated tummy goes away. And you could like suck in your stomach like you possibly can never have done before in your life. There's always this gas there and stuff like that. But when you do the cleansing, when you improve your diet just for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, and colon cleanse every single day, do enemas, it's like hitting a reset button. You're hitting the reset button. And you're going to feel so good. And if you're doing the colon cleansing, it's so easy just to eat raw foods. It's cheating because you're removing the cravings, you're removing the withdrawals, you're removing it all. Try it out. Okay, so the first step is just to eat raw foods. That's it. The second step is to colon cleanse with water every single day. And what that is you're pretty much just getting an enema bag or going to a professional colonic where you put water up your end via an enema bag, and then you release into the toilet. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what to eat on a raw food cleanse. And pretty much, you can eat whatever you want. But remember, the more you eliminate from your intake, the more cleansing you're going to go through, and the more intense it's going to be. Now, on a raw food diet, it's like this whole entire spectrum. For example, there's gourmet raw food, and then there's just simply like fruits and vegetables and carrots and stuff like that. So the more simple you go, the more you're going to cleanse and the more of an impact it's going to have. But if you're on the standard American diet eating like fast food, you can just eat all the gourmet raw food and have an amazing cleanse if you're willing to do the enemas and colonics. So the ultimate, this is what the celebrities do, a lot of them do this, is what they do is they just drink, and you don't have to do this the whole time, you could just do 1 week of this, or 3 days of this. You could just do 3 days of this, of drinking only green vegetable juice, with carrots and beets and fun stuff like that. You can even put apple in there. Just drinking juice, coconut water, whatever you want, fruit juice. But vegetables are the nourishing building blocks. But when you're only drinking juice, this is like the very cleanest spectrum of the raw food diet versus like gourmet. What it is like, you're just like drinking liquid. The body's just trying to eliminate. You'll have the most fantastic enemas and colonics that you've ever imagined in your entire life. You're going to become so clean, it's just ridiculous. And you're hitting the reset button like there's no tomorrow. So if you could do that even for 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days during this cleanse of yours, raw food cleanse, it's amazing. You don't even need to do it, but it could just be a lot of fun. And when you're doing the juicing, even do enemas 2-3 times a day if possible. Or you could just eat lots of salads. You know, you could take lettuce and throw avocado in there and maybe put dressing on there and just do that. Or you can go to raw food restaurants as much as you possibly can and have a really good time and eat gourmet raw food and do the colonics and stuff like that. It all depends on how much you want to cleanse. The juicing is the most cleansing you're going to do, and the gourmet you're still going to cleanse, especially if you came from the standard American diet, but maybe not as much. Okay, so when you do this type of cleansing, you're like hitting the reset button, and when you start to eat the food, go back to like a whole foods diet, you're going to feel so good because you just cleansed out on a cellular level. And what's the purpose of all this? Why are we trying to cleanse the body and be healthy and stuff like that? I mean, what happens is you drain the human body of waste, you have more focus, you have more energy, you have more life force, more energy, more vibration. You can actually feel it. Okay? What are we going to do with it? Well, like, why do we want this? Like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of having more energy, more focus, more life force, more time? Well, you post the answer below in the comment section. And I want to see what everybody has to say about that. So please post below, what's the purpose of all this? Like, why do we, what are we supposed to, what are we going to do with it? Let me know. And this is Matt Monarch. And we'll see you next time at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.